day for some fall cake decorating. I call this my pastel pumpkin patch cake. Hello you, it's me, Rox of Rockstar Bakes. Lately, I've been seeing an adorable trend of using a 1M tip to make pumpkins on a cake. I wanted to bring you my version on a smaller scale. This is so easy and it takes no time at all. You'll love this novelty cake project. Let's get into it. I prepped light blue, orange, pink, and green buttercream. Most of these are kind of in the pastel range. I love these colors together. I almost always use Swiss meringue buttercream for my cake decorating. Everyone loves it. It's creamy, but almost as light as a meringue. It's also super easy to decorate with. Now let's make a cake. Today I use my classic vanilla cake recipe. Below I share the link. I fill the cake with pink Swiss meringue buttercream. I follow that with a blue crumb coat to lock in the crumbs. I use blue because the base color of the cake is going to be blue. Frost the cake with the blue colored buttercream. Here I went with blue because it makes a nice complement with the orange pumpkins I'll add. Gosh, I was having a tough time with temperature today. My space was so wildly warm. Fun fact, my Swiss meringue frosting was my first video on my Rockstar Bakes channel. It's informative. The acrylic disc helps get really sharp edges on the cake. But a sharp knife against a cold cake will always do the trick. Okay, so I really wanted to make pumpkins and gourds on a small scale so I could figure out how to place them on a cake like a pattern. And I did. To make this easier, I quickly demonstrate a pumpkin and gourd. I've started doing testers before getting into the cake decorating, so I mess up here rather than on the cake. I add sprinkles and luster dust to see what looks great. After this, I switched over to gold luster dust versus copper. It complemented the pumpkins better. Okay. I like to pipe the green stem first to anchor the pumpkin. I think the green goes great with the other colors on the cake. Here's a tip. It helps to work with a cold cake. Use a small rosette tip to make the pumpkin and gourd. A rosette works perfectly. The pumpkin is a traditional rosette shape. And the gourd is a line connected to a rosette. I felt that alternating columns of gourds and pumpkins gave the cake a nice balance and airiness. It all worked out with the alternating, but next time I might measure it out. I had so many pretty fall colored sprinkles in gold and maroon. I just chose colors that are in the same family. When applying the sprinkles, it's kind of a balance. When it's too warm, the sprinkles sink in. When it's too cold, the big sprinkles won't adhere. I also add edible disco dust. The disco glitter is so light, it definitely floated back into my face. I swapped the piping tip on the coupler of the green icing to make the vine. The little vine, it's so curly and adorable. The stem and vines are totally essential in my opinion. Without them, they're just a rosette and a pear. LOL. how cute is this? At this point, I place this big boy in the fridge for at least half an hour so the buttercream can firm up and I can add the finishing touches. The last sprinkles I add are tiny stars. They don't sink in here because the cake is cool and firm. Super cute detail! I usually keep my cakes borderless on top, but I thought of a cool idea for the crown. With buttercream, make a layered round ring. I basically make a ring 3 times. On this cake, I make a bed of pumpkins on the border. A border isn't necessary for this cake, but I love the extra height. I use a 32 star tip and try to alternate directions that I pipe. I do this so when I add the little stems and vines, they're sometimes facing a different direction, so it looks kind of like a pumpkin patch. Whoa, MG. Pastel pumpkin cake decorating success! I'm really excited about all the details I got to share and how easy this cake is to put together. Where are you gonna take this cake? Yeah? I'm just wondering. I try not to spin too hard because one time I had an accident where a cake totally spins off the turntable. Here is the second pumpkin gourd cake that I made earlier. I wanted to share it for inspiration. I really like the texture of the gourds, pumpkins, and the buttercream border. Are you feeling the fall vibes of this cake? I am. Not everyone is a pie person. This is a great alternative to the standard Thanksgiving dessert. So tasty! Here's the alternative version I mentioned earlier. Pink base with ombre green pumpkins and gourds. Yum, yummy! Hit that bell notification for the latest videos. Bing! Coming up is a cake idea playlist that I'm always adding videos to. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. And the end. Unless there are bloopers. The little vine, it is... Oh, is my skirt off center the whole time? Bing! Bing! Coming up. Bye-bye.